I've learned a lot in my life from that guy, I'll tell you. You know, I am not a preacher, and I don't profess to be much of a teacher, but I have learned something that has really hit me in the last year, and so I guess I just speak from the experience of a 22-year-old, but some things don't change much. And I think what that is, I think what I've learned is that for so many years of my life, I put so much importance on knowledge and knowing things. And that's really important, but it's not the most important thing. And it's come about in a real practical way that I've changed my mind about a couple of things. For a while, I was kind of in a group that was just into, you know, you got to know this, you got to know that, you just got to know everything about your faith, you got to know everything to tell someone every possible detail of who God is, who we are as Christians. And I agree with knowing, but I'm realizing the weight of the truth that knowledge without love means nothing. And I thought about it in a real kind of silly way someday, but I picture a lot of my thoughts instead of thinking words. And I was wondering, you know, if somebody that I really esteem as a spiritual giant, kind of funny phrase, but would be walking down the street. I just can't imagine anybody walking behind them thinking, wait a minute, I can tell by the way you walk that you can name all the books in the Bible in order. I can tell it's something about the way you put one foot in front of the other foot. You know, and I realized how so many things that we put a lot of weight on, you just can't tell about a person. It doesn't affect the masses. I don't think the person sitting next to you in traffic looks at you and think, there's something about the way their hair is combed. I think they memorized 2 scriptures this morning. It's just something about the way it lays across the back of the car seat. You know, I can tell by the way they drive. In reality, the only thing people can tell about our relationship with the Lord is how we love them. They will never know how smart you are. They'll just know how you react to them. And it's true. The world will know we're Christians by our love. And I got to tell you, in the practical ways, I really fail a lot. And I was thinking about that the other day. I'd gone to the grocery store. And quite honestly, living so much time on a bus, I have not really learned to cook. And the grocery store is just a crazy place to be because I don't know where anything is. And sometimes just 4 items can take me about an hour and a half to find. So what I do is just allot myself a lot of time and get my little shopping cart and kind of enjoy myself. But you know, when you have everything chosen and you're ready to leave, you know that feeling of, I gotta get out of here. It's just going nuts. Anyway, they've got these things that Nashville call express lanes. And if you have 10 items or less or 12 items or less, you can go and they're supposed to check you out a lot faster. They have those here. Yes. Anyway, there's a lot of people in Nashville that can't read because what happens is you go up in these lanes and there are people that think their shopping carts are Mack trucks and they're piled about this high. And one time I was shopping and I saw this woman who kind of had that mentality and was just putting tons of stuff in her cart. And I didn't really think about it until I started to go up to the shopping checkout express lane. And it's really funny, those of you that shop regularly. Everybody, when they're finished, is dying to race to the front of the line, but nobody wants to let on like they're racing. And so you just kind of take very long, quick, even strides, you know, and you're just, hurry, hurry. Anyway, I saw her shadow coming around the last aisle of stuff, and it looked like a blimp. And I don't know how she did it. I know she burned rubber with a shopping cart because in 2 seconds, she was right in front of me. And I'm so bad about that thing. Instead of being pleasant, all I can think of is, lady, I just want to beat the snot out of you. And I realize that's not a very loving attitude to have, but even those of you that feel like that's a little on the edge, I know that in a situation like that, all you want to do is ram your cart in her rear end. You feel that. And I'm starting to realize, you know, Amy, you're wanting so much to be a Christian in the practical places of your life. Well, here's a perfect example, a perfect opportunity to let the Spirit of God intervene in what you feel like doing. You know, and for all I know, I rarely think this because it's so easy to just be concerned with your schedule and your timetable. And for all I know, that lady's just had a really horrible day. And while they're counting up her 80,000 items, I could be talking to her, just saying, how's your family? And I know that sounds like something so simple, and I told you I'm not a preacher, and I think simple thoughts, but I honestly believe if Jesus doesn't make a difference in the little mundane, practical circumstances of our lives, I just pray He's made a difference at all. Because that's where He becomes an arm on this earth, is through your life and through the people that watch you and the people that your life touches. And I know that He just wants everybody that's ever walked this planet to know Him. And if there's anybody tonight that is feeling arm's length from God, that's as distant as you're ever going to get, because we're the only ones that can push Him away. And I pray that somehow through our craziness or our weakness or whatever you see in us, I pray that you can realize that God loves us all. No matter how down you're feeling or how good you're feeling, He's there.